America and the world around you. How are you today? Good morning, everybody. And for those of you who want to know where yesterday's live stream is, it is being edited out to clean up some of the stuff that wasn't in the end, which we said this is supposed to be the no drama zone. And my landlord brought some drama, even though he wasn't intending to. He did get the fuse problem fixed after I was gonna go down and fix it. He said, "Oh, I fixed it." I said, "Okay." So that's the first thing is the landlord and the fuse has been dealt with. That's the show had planned downstairs and take care of the fuse for him, but he already got it done, so he said, "Don't worry about it." The other situation has been dealt with, which was the things that was causing a lot of pandemonium for people on the channel. And unfortunately, it's a little chilly outside right now. It's not bad. It's not warm. It's not toasty. It's not like a Quizno sub. It's not toasty. It's more like a Subway sub that's cold. Yeah. Thickness False, how are you doing today? I sent you a message on Discord. I don't know if you got it. Just to keep it simple, I do know of the other group that have been treating you badly, and we're sorry about that. That the other group have been treating you badly. And Burger Boy, by the way, you don't have to buy your friends, because I'll just say this very simple. If you're really your friends, you don't have to buy influence because you already have influence, but being there, hanging out with them. So if you think you have to buy friendship, you don't. Because true true friends will always be there supporting you, even if you can't give anything. Okay, just wanted to explain that. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm thinking about another person. Maybe I'm thinking of Burger Man. No. Anyway, the morning show, of course, is from yesterday. Once we remove the segments of the show that we don't think really fit with the program, it will be reshared up for people to watch. Okay, just keeping it simple for now. You're welcome. Like this. I don't donate to you to buy your friendships. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So the thing is that right now, of course, we're waiting for some of the mods to come on. I know one of them said that they're going to the zoo to see some, is for a trip to the zoo for the day to enjoy the weather, which is cooler today. It's not as hot. That's kind of stupid that I don't even have the link. Well, I do, but I guess I closed the window by mistake. So let me go back to my pinned links and get the thing back up here because I guess I accidentally knocked it offline for me too. All right, so there we go. So many things going on. Say, not a hell of a lot actually. we have, for this day of the week, we don't have anything major planned. Friday, we're going to get my hair redone. We're going to trim it up. We're going to go back to blonde. I took the ears off for today because I got to clean them up, get them ready for later on. I looked up here and they were cute. Couple berries and put them some pellets. I know, because first time you sent me back to blonde in years. Well, a year anyway. I only went to brown because my hair was growing out and it looked so weird. And so now that the hair is going back to blonde, I'll be looking. Well, yeah, it also needs to be trimmed because it's so dang long. It's ridiculous. So, yeah. How you doing, Charlotte? I know a lot of people are going to love the return of the white hair. It's not great. Yeah, well, including me. Now, combine that white hair snow queen with those blood elf ears, and then you're gonna have a nice twist. This is probably one of the few. This was the only convocation we did when it was brown hair. You have an amazing show. I gotta go. 10 garden before the heat. Oh, I know. Speaking of the heat, the temperatures for the rest of this week, for the most part, are going to be civil. However, next week, the temperatures will become more hotter. So let's find out what the actual numbers are. What is the weather in Winston, Connecticut?
It's currently clear and 17 degrees in Winston, Connecticut.
Ugh. I actually had to close the doors to the kitchen because it was getting cold. All right, so here's the forecast for the next few days. Wednesday, a high of 22, a low of 16 degrees. Mostly sunny, or mostly cloudy. It says Thursday, a high of 24, a low of 9. All sunny. Friday, hair day. 20% chance of rain, high of 24, a low of 10. Saturday, 20% chance of rain, high 27, low of 17. Where is it? And Sunday, 20% chance of rain again, a high of 28 degrees, a low of 19. Monday, 20% chance of rain again, high of 29, a low of 19. Tuesday, 20% chance of rain again, high of 30, a low of 19. Wednesday, 40% chance of thunderstorms, high of 29, a low of 19. Thursday, this is next Thursday, high of 27 degrees, with 40% chance of thunderstorms. And Friday of next week, so it's again 40% chance of thunderstorms, a low of 27, a low of 18. So it's going to get warm next week. So, yeah, always nice to see you. Good morning, Michelle, Monica. How you doing? Panel's open if you guys want to come on and hang out for a little bit. Panels are open. Phones are on. Oh, no, phones are not on, but the panel is anyway for the mods. And Dear Burger Stanley. Oh, okay. I didn't Skunkate. One of the things that we wanted to talk about was ETs. I'm gonna ask a question which is, because it's related to ETs, is we've heard about the abductions. I still trying to figure out exactly what the abductors are trying to learn from abducting human beings of various economic groups. No, not callers right now. Take me coffee and I'll join. Okay, Monica, great. So we put the 25-inch console that's in this room out on the porch because we like to watch out on the porch in the summertime. And Ed pointed out, they said the one thing he says he really misses is he kind of misses the convenience of flipping channels by just, like you can with a cable box, just use your remote control to go up and down, because when you're doing with one of those things like those Roku boxes, it's not so direct anymore for going to the different channels, like going from the Discovery Channel to the Discovery Science Channel to the History Channel. And I have to agree with him on that, because it kind of removes that ease of, convenience of being able just to press the up and down arrows to go from different channels. What did you think of it, Charlotte? I know it's a little bit different. That video became very popular. That video became really popular. I don't know why. I'm glad you liked it. A lot of people liked it. It just, I guess it's because it's a little bit different. I took my ears off for today because I gotta clean the glue off. Gotta get them ready for Saturday's show. So I gotta use a little bit of Dawn just soap to work off the glue. And okay, our Lolly's ready to come on. Let's get her on here. Good morning. How you doing? On here.
Good morning.
Yeah. So anyway, good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
You got a bit of your microphone is echoing back to me.
Good morning. How are you doing, Michelle?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Doing fabulous this morning. Great, dear.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm looking forward to Friday being able to get my hair touched up. Finally going back to blonde. Finally getting the hair trimmed, and it's something I'm looking forward to finally doing. Trying to leave Planet Brown. I mean, people found it kind of funny when they watched the Convocation this year, and they saw those brown hair with those elf ears. The elf ears are great in the brown hair, but I wonder how they're going to look with the blonde. I think they'll look pretty cool. Yeah, I think so too. Right. I think it'd look great. Okay. So what did you do today?
Well, me, so far I've been watching the open of the stock market. I generally watch the open from 9:30 when it opens, and just make sure my stocks are all good, and if I have to make any trades today.
So you're a day trader?
Well, no, I don't. Those are dirty words, Michelle. Don't call me that. I try not to be a day trader. You don't want to be considered a day trader. I always try to keep
things. How is it a dirty word? I mean, basically,
if they consider you a day trader, you're put in a different category, and you're changed about how much you tax and everything. You don't want to really be considered a day trader.
Okay, so but the point is, you use E-Trade or Ameritrade or
basically, I'm doing day trading techniques, but I try to not look like a day trader. I try to keep it ongoing more than the 3 days. Basically, you want to keep your trades going longer than 3 days.
Right.
So you're not considered a day trader. So like this, for instance,
So,
this last,
so it will put you into a week trader.
yeah, yeah, 7-day-a-week trader. Yeah, you don't want to keep anything less than 3 days and trade it and sell it back off. Consider you a day trader. You're going to problems there with taxes and the way it's taxed. But I try to keep things at least 4 or 5 days a week, perhaps, and then that keeps me from being called a day trader.
Right. Now, speaking of the stock market, you know that the stock market can be very fickle, especially with the current events going on.
Sure, it can be very volatile. You have to have steels of nerve or nerves of steel. I'm very careful, very careful.
So,
Michelle.
if I go ahead and reset up my E-Trade account and I manage to transfer some green stamps into it, how much should I be putting into my seed account to get started with?
Only the amount you're willing to lose and not be able to start crying.
Okay, which means for me for about $50.
Probably, yeah, because you're on thin margins, Michelle. You want to make sure you have enough for all of what you need.
Yeah, no, I
You know
agree
what I
with
mean? Now, once you get everything caught up and you've got a few more sponsors, you've got all your stuff coming in, then maybe put $100 a month in there or something and get $300 saved up, and then I'll help you to try to put it in something so you won't be called a day trader.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But right now, I don't think you're in the position where you want to risk any of your money.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I was going to do it when things were different and financially were more stable, but
Right.
but right now, as I said, with the situation has changed a lot. The volatility in the market, of course, is still very volatile, especially now. We know that there's concern in the housing market bubble is that the bubble's going to explode.
Yeah.
And or implode, and everybody's going to basically be all those, house sellers are going to be crying because their houses are not selling anymore.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I stay away from real estate for that very reason right now. Not in real estate, not the lolly. No, 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 no.
I've been looking into the housing situation, and it's just like, oh my God. Because me and Ed were still thinking about getting a house. And I told him, I said, Ed, tell you what, Mother God is saying, hold on. And I tend to listen to Mother God and my gut. My gut is telling me the same thing. It's just, this is not the time to go looking for a house as a buyer. If you want to go in, wait till all the aftermath of the housing bubble implodes.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Michelle. I think that's a good decision.
And I said, right now, besides, we don't even have the money for the down payment anyway. So what's the rush? I mean, I agree we really should consider relocating sooner or later.
Yeah.
But if you go out there and rushing into buying a house, you might be buying a house for an inflated price. That the house is priced much more than it's worth.
Right. Morning, Charlotte. Out on the wire, Monica. Everybody else I don't see. Go ahead, Michelle.
Yeah,
you're right about that, though. I don't think right. You don't even have your down payment saved up. Maybe work 3 or 4 months, save up some down payment, and give it a little time.
Yeah, let me just get caught up a little bit on the chat here because I kind of fell behind a little bit. I literally just woke up, having tea. I was watching your video earlier. I liked it. Hi, Lolly. Hey, Lolly. Morning, all. I don't know where it says good afternoon. Good morning, on the wire. Says Monica. Charlotte says, I think I'm going to chop my hair off and re-dye it reddish. Charlotte says, I was going to grow it out the gray, but I have 6 box dyes at home. That'd be fun. Otherwise, it's just a waste of 50 pounds. Yeah, I got 2 box dyes of brown here. I'm just not interested. I just don't have the heart to do my hair brown anymore. I gotta go.
Hello.
I want to go back to blonde. By the way, don't forget that this camera that we're using right now makes my hair look darker than it really is.
Yeah, it looks darker, but it's really lighter colored. Is that dankness or darkness falls? Okay, hello to you.
Yeah.
Just trying to go through so I won't miss anybody. Hello, Burger Boy. I watched another one of those guys.
How do we
Burger Boy,
join? How do we?
another video. He's got some interesting videos over on this
How do
channel.
you join? Tell me now. You might. What? How do you join the panel, or how do you join OnlyFans? Well, when you go to, if you want to join the panel in the NASQ support group, look at the pins. There is the link to join the chat or the panel. Yeah, so let me just show you my my hair as it looks right without the camera administrations twisting things around a little bit, because they
Yeah,
here we go.
please.
This
please
is my
tell.
hair as it really looks. This is it's okay. It's not using the rusty cam for this. You can see
Well,
it's
I love that bedroom background. It makes your bedroom look so expansive and wide and huge. It's a good background.
I love that bedroom. I absolutely love
Yeah,
the bedroom. I actually
looks
would like
good.
to really interior decorate my real bedroom like that.
Those royal colors, you know, that looks like royalty.
Right, the purple rug, the by the way, those red things are supposed to be
That view
window
there,
drapes.
that view right there, I had not seen that long view, that pulled back long view. That looks great.
Makes my bedroom look bigger than it really is.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Yeah.
It looks very beautiful and palatial.
Yeah, that's the nature with the Cinderite, like the dress their Silvermoon cities like that. Everything looks palatial. Yeah.
That looks
Even
like my
Skid
guest
Row
room
looks
up
palatial.
in the beach mansion. Just kidding.
So anyway, the thing is I wish I could have the piece talk to interior decorator and say, is there any way we can actually take this the Cinderella look and put it into this bedroom here?
How do you spell the name of the look that you're saying?
I know that me and Megan Fox talked about it. I actually haven't seen Megan in a while on the show, but Michelle should do ear picks. Well, believe it or not, I got one pick I already sent to the creator of Cosplay Effects, which is the one from Twitter with me wearing his ears. Who knows? Maybe he'll put it up on his so he placed one of the pictures of his ears, which shows the night elf. Maybe he'll put my picture up instead.
Oh, Charlotte said she's going to start selling feet pics on her OnlyFans. Well, you know, there's this one girl, I think it's Captain Sparrow, my friend. She says she's selling her feet pics. Is what all she's selling on OnlyFans, and she's making a damn mint, Charlotte. So you brush up your feet and get your feet up on there, girl. She's making money. Put your toenail polish on and get your feet up there. I want to know how much you make. Let me know.
So this is the website you say called OnlyFans.
Yeah, this one girl, Sparrow, she's just doing her feet. Like her feet, naked feet, her feet in little white frilly socks and shoes and whatnot. And there's some gentlemen and ladies or whoever, and she's selling pictures of her damn feet, Michelle. Maybe we could do a fundraiser with that.
I don't know.
Hey,
my toes are ugly with fungus. Nobody wants to
maybe
see
Charlotte
them.
will do a fundraiser with her feet. We'll see how she does. If she can raise $100 for you. If she can do it, then we could all do it, Charlotte. I mean, Michelle. We could all do one. A feet.
Well, OnlyFans,
deal.
as I understand it, isn't just for that. You can also do videos too.
Well, sure. You can do pictures and videos. You can do audio. You can do videos, whatnot.
Yeah.
You can do all kinds of stuff. You can do more pornographic type stuff. You can do nudity if you care to do so.
Yeah.
But
what's splodging pics? I don't know what a splodging pic is.
You probably don't want to know, but you can ask somebody.
Okay.
I'm not going to look it up on my computer. I don't want it to have to remember it. Looked up something terribly graphic. Because I know SPL usually means, if you put it with some O's and a G, usually means the ejaculatory material that comes out of a man, but I'm just guessing.
Oh, okay. Never thought about that. Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to go that direction.
did you know this is a true story? I mean, you want to talk about weird stuff to sell.
Uh-huh.
This is not a joke. This is actually true. This guy used to sell his poop in a can.
I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, is
Like,
it that
you
guy-
really
that
want to
guy
sell
in the boy-
fecal
there's a guy
matter
in
in
the
a
boy
can?
He enjoys that. He enjoys that poop stuff. And that might be him. I won't say his name.
Yeah,
Good morning,
it's
Noir. How are you doing?
scat porn is more popular over in Eastern Europe than it is in Western Europe.
Really?
I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't like hearing about it. It kind of makes me nauseous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see how Charlotte has spelled that word. Yeah, I think that is something to do with what I was describing. I knew just by the combination of the vowels and consonants.
Well, I thought, by the way, the thumbnail that I chose, by the way, on the ear pick was because it was a different angle. Because, I mean, laying on the bed with my ear against my ears, actually, I think almost kind of was, I think it was the thumbnail definitely got a lot of attention.
Yeah, I thought it did too. It looked good because it brought attention because you weren't looking the same direction you usually are. And it says,
Right.
what is she doing? What is she doing? So they looked at it more closely. Probably
Yeah.
got a bunch more views with it like that. Good idea. You're a smart cookie.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was the more exciting of the thumbnails that my phone suggested, so I chose it.
There you go. You're very creative.
Yeah, I can be. I can also be very boring.
Nah, I don't believe it.
But anyway, one thing is true is this dress I'm wearing is long overdue to be replaced. I don't even know where I can find this brand of dress anywhere. This dress
What's
is from
the
the
one you're wearing?
90s.
Yeah.
This is a dress from the 1990s.
Maybe I'll give you a couple links in DM because I know some places where you can get some older fashion dresses, more vintagey dresses.
Yeah.
Perhaps you can peruse them later. I'll send you a couple links where you can
I mean,
find
this
some
one's
stuff online.
stretched out a lot over the years. I mean, this is like originally was a large, or it was a medium and stretched out to a large, an extra large. So, I don't
There's
know.
all kind of places so you can get vintage dresses if you're looking for some of the older style dresses if you like those more.
Yeah, because they look good. Besides that, in this case, this one's mostly kind of like a lighter cotton, so it's good for the hot weather.
Yeah. Well, I'll send you a few links later on today.
So we see a couple people coming in here trying to cause problems again.
No doubt.
Disc. Yeah. I wonder what the discretant tried to say anyway.
Oh, just briefly, and I won't go on, but what for one sentence, you know how I was trying to help out and sent you that nice donation about a week or so ago, $300 or something. I just want to make clear, it's just one sentence, so you can just answer yes or no, and then we can just go on to the next part of the whatever we're going to talk about.
Whatever it is.
Okay, you remember I gave you a donation of like $300 and something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did I force you to give me $600 back, MicheleMarieDalene?
No, you never did.
Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted to know. Because I
And
have
that would
heard
have
that
been able to do it anyway. So
yeah, I've heard I did in fact do that, and that is in fact a lie. Next, thank you, Michelle. Guess who? I won't even ask you who you think is going around saying that.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why you took care of it.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Next.
Yeah. So anyway, the point is that we're gonna try to really grow this channel a bit because that too, whatever make for YouTube. Please understand, guys, it's not a lot of money, okay, but it's enough that lets me get my hair done, Remember, each month it's going to cost me $60 to $65 for the retouch, to touch the roots up every month. It's going to be a regular monthly recurring expense.
Yeah. Keep her all looking pretty and good. That's for her image for the show. Look, Skunk Ape here says you can sell your poo in a can, but you're going to HELL for sure. That's probably true. Probably true. That's an icky business right there, Skunk Ape. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it definitely doesn't sound like something that would open up in the morning.
Seems like that'd be a biohazard. You might be in trouble with the post office if you tried to mail that in the mail or something. You know what I mean? Biohazard, biohazard. What if the dog smells? You know how they smell for bombs and stuff? They go through and they
Let's put it this way.
smell
If
that.
it sounds like he's having it professionally canned. So the question is which means it's in little tins. How? So I
Oh,
guess
dear.
it wouldn't have a smell because unless the tin was opened. Thank you, Mitch Charlotte. Much appreciated. She sent me 3 pounds.
Oh, that's nice. Very good. Thank you, Charlotte.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So anyway, the hair is getting, it was like I went brown only because it was growing out. There was a pandemic was at its height. The salons were closed. I couldn't get my hair done. I was still having a hard time walking. And it was like, I got to do something because I knew I was going to be on YouTube and I knew I had to get something done or I was going to look like really weird. So I went dark brown because I wonder what would happen if I went for dark brown, and I did. And that looked fine. But the problem was I only did the hair once. I didn't do it multiple times after I did the one brown one. I was not impressed by it. I was like, I don't like brown. It doesn't look good on me. I guess it wasn't bad. It just wasn't for me. Sharon Osborne once posted some. Okay. Very interesting. This person is still trying to create a problem.
But
anyway, as I shared a
going.
message with you, which was shared to Carolyn, be free. I won't discuss it here, but you won't have to worry about too many people bothering you anymore.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's get it to ETs and aliens. Okay, so here's the question that I've always wondered. Now, first of all, what's their objectives of supposedly doing examinations of human beings on their abductions? Is it really just to do internal body cavity scan, or is there something more to the story than that? Because I personally, I would think with all the energy and time that they wasted to come out here, I would think that they have a lot more to the program than that. Maybe they're giving people a tour of the ship. Maybe they're trying to explain, look, people, yeah, we want to make sure that you're clean and you don't carry any diseases that could kill us. But the truth is, we'd like to give you something in return. We'd like to share some of our technology with you. But unfortunately, the sad truth is that their tabloid magazines make us sound like we're a bunch of sadists. And I'm sure a couple of the people that are into sciences and engineering to get a more detailed tour of the ship. Like, for example, talking about the propulsion system, the drive system. I just don't see them as being just coming here just to physically examine us like we would examine like a laboratory specimen. Which brings up another question. were they the ones who actually seeded the earth in the first place? And just guesses, hello everyone. Just not long home, I hear alien, hog, woohoo. Yeah. Because you know what, Andrew, that's still a question that I never did understand, which is the ETs, okay, come all the way still be here to Earth to see us. I don't think that they're just basically, running medical scans on us. I think that they're looking for the right people that they could share some of their technology with. Yeah, well, in this case, we're the Area 51, and the ETs are the ones that are doing all the poking and prodding. I actually, I don't know. Good question, though. Yeah, but now the United States Pentagon has said that they have confirmed that UFOs they really do exist, but at the same time they're not talking about close encounters of the first kind, second kind, third kind, or even fourth kind. So I tend to wonder if we have a lot of guaranteed information on what ETs really look like. Although we've seen the footage of the gray aliens. I mean, are they the only ETs out there? Is just the gray aliens? Or is there more than just the gray aliens? I don't think so. Charlotte, I don't think there would be panic. Come on. Be honest. The good portion of the people of the world already know it's very likely that ETs already exist. I don't think our governments would benefit from hiding it. In fact, even the Roman Catholic Church has said that the ETs can receive communion as long as they agree to become Catholic. They can receive communion. The question is, would they want to receive communion? I don't know. That's a great question.
Now, how do you know which religion the aliens belong to? Because all religions don't really receive communion, do they?
That's a good question. I guess it'll be more a matter of ETs would just come into mass and then probably go through RCIA confirmation, become Catholics, and then they can receive the body and blood of Christ. How you doing, Tiani? That'd be different. Imagine in the future, say in about 40 years, when you see a great alien conducting mass. I don't know. That's a great question. What do they think of the Bible? I don't have any idea. I'm not an ET. I can't tell you. I'm sure ETs that would be differing viewpoints on the Bible. I mean, first of all, are the Anunnaki aliens? Or are the other group that supports Mother God and Father Osna? Because really to understand, the Anunnaki Parthenon is actually divided among which god they serve, because some prefer to serve what we would call Satan and his minions, and then there are Anunnaki that serve Mother God and Father God, and then there's Anunnaki that don't serve either god, that help aliens help you the pyramids. That's a good question. Ancient astronaut theory says they did, and also the same thing with in the Mayans, and they have a lot of knowledge of space that would have been very difficult to do in architecture and agriculture, which would have been in calendars. That the same thing with the Mayans. that would have been very difficult to develop on your own among a culture that could barely even had a writing system. So it's just an interesting thought. I watch V. Oh, V. Okay, I know the V is Final Battle. Yeah. I never really liked V, the Final. I never liked V. I watched it when I was a teenager. It was like, yeah, this is cringy. Or even the remake of Lost in Space was even more cringy. But I tend to definitely be interested in what I saw in Babylon 5. Take Delenn, for example. Delenn is an alien. Originally, she just had a bony crest on her head. Then in the end, she got hair on her head. And the others of the Minbari were like, still looked up to her, but wondered why she was growing hair on her head instead of just having her bony crest. Well, I don't know. Good question. Maybe she was evolving more into a human type of Minbari hybrid. Yeah, Babylon 5 was good. You think it's aliens, is little green man, etc. Well, yeah, don't forget some of the early writers of science fiction made them look to be small little guys, but they actually may not be so small. They may come in different sizes, just like humans do. I mean, you could have small little ones, like your fairies, which is another group of the little folk, which we don't talk much about the fairies either, but who knows? I mean, maybe their ETs are like little fairies, little small little aliens that run around doing things like like your little sprites do. And then you have big aliens that could be giants, taller than even Shaq, from the NBA. I mean, they just come all different sizes. What is known is that we assume that ETs have a lot of knowledge and technology behind them. And maybe they do. And maybe there are some people, for example, in their spacecraft, like the engineers, that know how the propulsion system works perfectly fine. But there might be others in the ship whose completely knowledge of the propulsion is not really their thing, but they know how to send signals faster than light communications. Or the Sith. I don't know anything about the Sith, but I do think there's surf another planet or many others that are Earth-like. Science seems to be finding them. The super Earths are seen to be found. They are being located. A lot of them are way too far for us to travel with our current propulsion systems. I mean, like, some of them would take us like 12 light years to wait. I don't think we're going to be able to get there in any near time soon. But maybe in a generational spaceship would be able to get there. That was the premise of the story of how Silvermoon came to be. Was just that. Was that the ETs, that is women that actually were in a multi-generational spaceship from Earth, something happened and they crash landed on Nazareth and landed right in a dead scar. Maybe they figured out, since the planet already looked like it was a disaster anyway, it would be the safest place to land without disturbing the existing life. Maybe it was the issue they were concerned about their version of the Prime Directive. We don't want to totally mess up the local environment because of our big spaceship is basically losing energy and we're about to crash. So maybe they just had just enough energy to safely land in the dead scar, but then they had to deal with the realities of what the dead scar was. That could happen in real life on another planet. We could land on another planet and think we're landing in a place that could be safe to land without disturbing the local flora and fauna, and then find out that we basically just put ourselves in a situation that would be almost impossible to extricate ourselves from, because of the fact is that we don't know anything about the monsters outside the door.
Uh-huh.
Mars says, what do you think the aliens are most impressed about with us? I'm thinking it's our hands. I bet they only have got 3 fingers. They probably have opposable thumbs like we do. They might have 5 fingers. They could have 10 fingers. We don't know. Remember, it's the opposable thumb that gives us the ability to grip things well as we do. It could also be the fact is that despite the fact that we are not physically the strongest of all the earth creatures, that we are quite capable of achieving greatness. So maybe they might find that of interest too. Is the scientific discovery of what we can do with sciences. Well, that could be. By the way, for those of you who never, I was going to play this a couple days ago, and I couldn't get it working a couple days ago. I want to show you something here. A little about this is from our radio show from the Discord channel. I'm going to play this. I want you to listen to the story, and I want you to tell me what you think. Okay, Lolly? There we go.
Okay.
The story how AM 1610 Silvermoon radio came to be. 300 years after Earth sacked Questless in the Eversong Woods, a multi-generational spacecraft from the Terran solar system crash-landed in the coastlands. Facing the scourge and having many injured, these humans were outnumbered and needed help. Fortunately, a group of Sundarai came to the rescue, helping to keep the crew of the crashed ship safe while assisting with humanitarian aid. The human crew, having no way to return to Earth, befriended the Sundarai, and with the approval of the Council of Mages, offered their assistance in the area of technology and the advancement of science to aid in rebuilding of Questless. Being this was a large multi-generational ship, the remaining 36 survivors gave much of their personal belongings to Questless as a gift, one of which was a very large, extensive musical library. There was one simple stipulation: it was to be shared among all. Thus, with the consent of the Magister of Communications, Silvermoon Radio AM 1610 was created. Located in the palace in Silvermoon City, this radio station can be heard throughout the Eastern Kingdoms, transmitting at 15,100 watts. It was the first radio station on Azeroth. This also created a market for AM radio receivers. Silvermoon City and the Sundarai are the major manufacturer of this equipment, along with transmitters, mixing consoles, and musical playback equipment for LPs, CDs, and MP3s. Okay, so you can see here that kind of an exchange in real life could actually happen.
Well, I like that, but who wrote that copy? I mean, who wrote that story?
I did.
Well, that's very well written.
Thank you.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, I've been writing stories and short pieces ever since I was a little kid, and you can see some of my other work on the Patreon page.
I didn't realize you wrote did a lot of writing, Michelle. You never told me that before. I really haven't had a chance.
Well, my eyesight was better at one time, so it was easier.
Okay. Well, I joined Patreon, but I haven't had a chance to peruse it yet. I need to maybe look at that today. Do you have a lot of your writings in the Patreon?
There's like 2 books. There's Bella the Snow Teen, and there is Maka's World.
Have they ever been published?
No.
Why not?
I just don't think that they're finished enough to be published.
Well, do you mind if I read over them and everything? I can read them there?
You can read them if you want. That's what they are.
Because you know that's one of the major companies that I have, Michelle. It's a freaking book publishing company.
Okay.
If I read over them and they look, halfway good, I feel like we could edit them into a good book. Maybe we could publish them. And then
well, the problem is because Maka's World involves Klingons, it probably would have to be published through Simon & Schuster because it would be under the Star Trek franchise. The other one, Bella the Snow Teen, which isn't even near finished, might need some help with editing it. Could be published independently because it has nothing to do with Klingons.
Or you could do the one with the Klingons and give them a different name and make them be a different race.
They could make them a different race. Just use
because you're not going to get Simon and Schuster
change the race names.
It's unlikely Simon.
I'm sure Simon and Schuster might look at it. I don't know if they'll be able to go out there.
You could send it to them. You sure could, but I don't know that they're going to publish a book from an independent person that wrote a book about their characters that they own. You could try. Yeah. You can always send it to them. I'll help you send it to them if you'd like to do that.
Oh yeah.
If they won't do it, we could change the characters in a whole different race, and then we could do it publishing.
Well, why don't you take a look and see what we got so far? Yeah. It's up there on the Discord or on the Patreon
I'll write
page.
that on my list here for this week. Here,
yeah.
Write that in. And what part of the Patreon is that located in?
So what does that mean? You could be sitting on a gold mine. You have some good writing skills. Thank you. It's just too bad I don't have good singing skills.
You can't be good at everything, Michelle.
Nah, I know.
You have a lot of talent.
Renaissance woman, right?
Let me see if I can pull that
Leonardo da Vinci, by the way, was actually was the true Renaissance man. He was very talented in a lot of areas. What is Leonardo's? When was Leonardo da Vinci born? Well, that's a good question. Let me ask Siri the question.
A long time ago.
Okay. What month was Leonardo da Vinci born?
Leonardo da Vinci was born April 15th, 1452.
April. April. That puts him, April 15th, 1452.
He was born on tax day? How unlucky.
In 1452. Does that make him an Aries? No. Puts him right after Taurus. That puts him Leo? Italian. His full name was Leonardo da Piero da Vinci. Okay,
what is the name of the writing of the book that I can just skim this whole long page of stuff? The name of the book that you've written
The 2 books are called Ballad of the Snow Teen.
Ballad of the, thank you.
And the other one is called Maka's World.
Okay, thank you.
Well, let me ask the computer a question because I'm a little bit confused on this. Let me ask Siri something. Oh, I closed the chat. Oh, sorry. Let me try again here. What astrological sign is for April 15th?
The answer I found is Aries.
Aries. Okay. That's good. It kind of would make sense that he would have the Ram in him. I don't know much about his personality though.
All I'm seeing are a lot of postings for Silvermoon Radio. Here's something for Silvermoon City.
Right, that's my radio show. But keep going further back.
Or to go farther back. Okay.
I haven't even uploaded the latest AM 1610 program. I gotta get that up there.
Okay.
Have you ever listened to the radio programs?
No, like I said, today is the first time I've opened the Patreon. I joined it last week, but I had not had a chance to open it yet. Okay, the farthest I go down, it goes to May 10th, which is Silvermoon Radio for May 9th of 2021. It's all unlocked where I could go to read these hear the radio things, but maybe there's another tab that has your writings on it. Maybe this is just the radio part. Huh.
Well, the way it's set up is the newest posts on the top.
The newest on top. So yeah, maybe I just need to pull it down and let more.
So then you have to go down way to the bottom.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep looking at it. I don't want to hold the show up. You go ahead and talk about the next topic.
Right.
I'll figure it out.
So speaking of fashion, what do you think ETs would think of our idea of fashion for humans?
When you say ETs, you mean extraterrestrials?
What do they think of the human fashion scene?
I could only be, guessing. I mean, I have no idea how to think what an extraterrestrial would think. I'm not real big on thinking about extraterrestrials. I'm not a disbeliever, but, I'm not all into thinking all about them, Michelle. I might not be the best person to ask. I'm sure they'll want to be fashionable and want to end the line with everybody else if they want to blend in. I don't know what the trends are for the ETs in their area. If they're coming from afar in the galaxy down to see us. I really couldn't say, Michelle.
Well, I mean, let's take a look at this idea of what this artist that created the Silvermoon room did. I mean, let's just take a look at this, for example. I mean, first of all, I spend a lot of time looking at this image. When I'm bored, I'll just sit there and look at the architecture of Silvermoon in general. I actually like this.
Show me the image.
I like this image. I like this layout. But I never seen anywhere else in the real world that even had anything close to this. I mean, I heard some of the early Saudi Arabia had similar things with the sultans had some of this kind of interior. I don't know. They don't really have any pictures of any of the real Silvermoon type of architecture being or added to room decor, but I'm sure they have alien hacking teams. Maybe they're playing on molten lava.
Well, do you have a dress or something that an outfit that one of the ET people are wearing? I don't see it on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can comment. Good morning, Andrew Scott. How are you this morning?
Yeah. Hey, how you doing, Andrew Scott? That's actually it. Alien hockey teams, yeah.
Do some of the ETs play hockey, Andrew Scott? Maybe they could wear hockey uniforms, those guys. If it's the male ones. Do the female ETs play hockey with the males? Or do they have separate leagues?
I have no idea. That's a good question.
Why? Like I say, I'm not really up on the.
How do you even know that they even have separate sexes?
We just don't know.
I mean, maybe they can be like maybe they procreate like earthworms do, where they have both male and female genitalia on the opposite ends of their bodies.
Skunk Ape says alien fashion industry should attract some space creatures here Yeah, it surely
Yeah.
should if they have some different clothes to wear, right? Skunk Ape had a good
I feel
comment
tired
for one time.
today.
Excellent comment, Skunk Ape. Charlotte says perhaps they will also be interested in alien rugby. We could get all the ET costumes for the different sports, Michelle.
I have no idea, but I could tell you one thing is that would be interesting to see Blood Elves playing if football, aka soccer. I'd be interesting to see that. I mean,
Yeah.
what would that be like? Silvermoon United is their home team, right?
Now, out on the wire is suggesting maybe we could get the alien people interested also in this alien foot porn and get them perhaps an OnlyFans site so they can make some spare money to get some more extra clothing in the fashions or their casual wear in the evening, maybe.
It's funny. Speaking of, you mentioned about success, because some of the latest tarot readings I got for Virgo said that you're going to hit the mother load. I was like, yay, finally. After you have to deal with some minor setbacks, you will hit the mother load. I mean, I thought that was kind of cool thinking about,
Yeah, that's good.
Or I could finally begin to, just like the singing the song from the Jeffersons, moving on up to the deluxe apartment in the sky. Forget an apartment. Give me a house. I don't want an apartment.
Do you play the lottery every now and then? Get one ticket?
No, not really. Because the chances of winning are so minuscule. And
but
if I did win, there would be no way for me to go claim Powerball drawing because I live in the sticks and I don't have a horse and buggy to get to Newington to turn it in.
Yeah. But you know what the chances of winning are when you have 0 tickets? 0.
Yeah, I know. 0.
Yeah, maybe you get someone to buy you 1 ticket.
But the thing is the problem is in order to beat the odds, you have to buy hundreds of tickets. That's hundreds of dollars.
Take the Powerball. Ticket to win.
Take the Powerball. First of all, the Powerball we know is or the Mega Millions. Those are expensive tickets. So let's say because I know Powerball better than the other ones. You get the 6 numbers and you get the red ball. Okay, great. Yeah. How much is that money going to cost you for that ticket? Assuming that you have it, I believe it's boxed, not straight. If you go straight, it gets even harder. But let's just say you have it boxed. And you have your red ball, you said, for number 11 to lucky you land on the red ball. So let's say you win. Lucky you. But let's see, how many tickets did you buy before you would even get that one chance to win that one person getting that? I mean, wasn't there somebody who won the lottery and became a trillionaire? Or was that something else? A trillionaire.
Yeah, it's really high odds that anybody's going to win it, but the person that wins it only needs 1 ticket to win it.
Right. Andrew says, I rarely play the lottery. In fact, I probably have more chances on the alien version. Probably. I'm going to have a better look at the casino. My dad won $1,500 on a slot machine in Atlantic City in Trop World one time. I was there when he did it. He just happened to be, he was down to his last quarter, and he put it in and pulled the lever. It was the old mechanical ones. And 777 came up. And, of course, the bells are ringing. Whoop,
wow.
whoop, whoop, whoop. And, of course, he won $1,500. But then, of course, he had to take out their taxes and stuff. But my dad was a happy camper.
That's great.
I don't know. I won 70,000 casino in 2019. Well, the problem with me is casinos is I definitely have a gambling problem. So that's the reason I stay away from them. But if you
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you had a gambling problem. I wouldn't have brought it up, Michelle.
Well, I mean, I have a gambling problem, especially casinos, because the slots are so addicting and I can't stop spending. That's the reason I don't go
I
to
apologize.
casinos.
I didn't know that.
So I just stay away from them.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
good.
think the
If you
scratch
have
offs
no
would be
problem,
any. I don't think the scratch offs would be any healthier because I once in a while play aces high, and I'm like, usually I win $5, $2, which means basically 2 free games. $10, I got 5 free games or 10 free games, and then you keep scratching off the damn things, and you're like, you're gonna beat the dealer's card, and usually the dealer's card is usually is pretty high up in the suits. Usually king, queens, jacks. Sometimes the higher numbers. I have never seen a situation myself where the player gets an ace. I wouldn't say it never happens because aces beat everybody. So if the dealer's card is a king and you happen to rub off and you get an ace, you're lucky as heck because that's chances are pretty slim. But given how the way those lottery tickets are made is actually not exactly accidental because they actually are printed in such a way that there's a formula how to print the lottery ticket so every possible combination can come up. And sometimes you'll see multiple lottery tickets that have the same combination because there's only so many combinations. So you can have 5 people that get an ace and beats the dealer's card of a king. And you can make a lot of money depending on how much the winning is. A few of them I have watched, Monica, and really does not bring them happiness. It shows how the lottery actually ruins people's lives. Sure, I've seen shows like that, how they ruins people's lives because unfortunately people sometimes don't even have an idea when to stop spending. That's the one reason I don't want to play the lottery is because I'm afraid it would also change me for the worse. I don't think it would make me a better person because once you start seeing all that money, it's like a disease. It just totally poisons your mind. I'm getting an being $75,000 a year. And you start to thinking about, how you can basically, beat everybody else and step all over everybody else's feet. Sure, it's good if the money could be used for philanthropic purposes to help people in need, but the problem is then you start to think, I ain't working anymore. I'm just going to go ahead and lay on my fat butt, just do nothing.
Oh, dear.
And then, of course, the next thing, 3 years later, the guy's dealing with a triple bypass.
Oh, no.
I mean, I would...
How did you not start in that case, huh?
I would like to see if I actually did win money, and there would be definitely things I would like to invest in. One of the things is invest into building my own AM radio station here in Winsted that covers some of the stuff the Silvermoon AM 1610 does, but for the local area of Winsted, like the music programs. I like music. Music is important to me. So, Charlotte's Web said, underwater, if you won the lottery, just imagine all the goats you could buy. I'm off many attention. Yeah, I do think I got 2 chair. I'm addicted to reading books. I like reading books too. I haven't really had many books lately, but don't forget I got eye issues. But I would definitely like to have. Let's put it this way: if I did win the lottery, if I did have that kind of money, not only would my knee be fixed, my teeth would be fixed, and of course my ears would be fixed. And my ears will be nice and long and pointy. Oh, yeah. I'm saddened by that. Oh, okay. So I'm just looking at the chat here. By the way, the morning show right now, we currently have 12 people on, 7 likes. I guess that's not bad. I mean,
Monica, please check your Twitter DM. Thank you.
you know what?
Her Twitter
okay,
DM.
yes, I will. I will go back and check that.
Yeah, Monica, she said.
Okay. I'll look at it in a little bit because right now I'm following the chat here.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know where I'd be happy with that. If you want to sub the channel or replay, wow, please do. I'm gonna try to get some World of Warcraft in, guys, soon. I don't know when. Did I ever show you a picture of the one character in the World of Warcraft that my character and that I personally like myself? Did I ever show you a picture of Jobia?
I don't think so. Why don't you show me?
Okay, let me go pull it up off the Discord. It's the easiest way. Let's see here. There is it up here. Let's see. Let's see, I got a message from R. On 23R. Oh my God, it's way up there. It's way up there. Okay, let's see. Let's just gotta scroll back up. It's because it's so far up. Come on, let's go. That's not it. No. Yeah, I have it. Just gotta find it though. Playing backwards so fast to find the pictures. All right, I know where the place is. Let me go to the moderator chat because that's where we showed her to Monica. Without the, there we go, right here. Let me click on her, and let me pull her up so you can see this. This character I'm going to show you is a very pretty little character. She's her name is Jobia. Now the name Jobia sounds like something that's jovial, happy, exciting, pleasant. You know what I mean by the term jovial?
Yes.
But the female version of it. So this is what she looks like. She's the innkeeper of Silvermoon, where my characters tend to stay, and they all like to congregate around the inn. Michele, yes, that's also the name of the character in Maka's world, has a deeply in love with her.
Yeah, I like that gown, that dress. It's pretty.
Pretty cute little picture.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first time you see Joby outside of just looking at her bookshelves. In the inn, and she's always staring at the bookshelves. I don't know why the designer of the games have her staring at her bookshelves. I came up with a story for that, which I told to Monica. It's nothing confidential. I said, pretty much, Michele loves her because she is a lonely person who really wanted to be more than just an innkeeper. She has her interest in the academics. Sadly, after her dad gave her the inn when he died, she never got the chance to pursue her dream as a professor. That's why she always stares at her bookshelves. Because she misses those days when she was doing studies for fun and researching things. And it kind of fits the story. I'm starting to worry about my mind. It's been a long day. Hey, what are you going to do today? Honestly, not much. I'm I was going to try to get some fun stuff in. I don't know what I would call fun, but obviously, eventually, I'm going to have to get its laundry hung up outside. Right now, it's hanging in the shower rod drying. But I don't really have a lot planned for today. Just going to go to the soup kitchen, get some lunch. Then I'll probably just go back, take my nap, and then I'll probably just wake up in a few hours, maybe play some World of Warcraft tonight on the gaming channel. I know, Monica, you and I were thinking about getting you into World of Warcraft retail. So I would be willing to help you out. You'll be starting out with the Exiles Reach starting zone on the retail WoW. And then afterwards, I can, help join you and one of my characters. If you play on Thunderlord or Oregon Dawn or Windmist Accord, if you go to Windmist Accord or Oregon Dawn, for example, they are role-playing servers. Which is great if you want to come up with a story besides just playing the game, just to kill mobs. I like being on the RP servers because it can get kind of funny. But Windmest Accord is kind of like Horde's version of Moonguard, which means it can get pretty racy in Silvermoon. What time are you doing my hair? My hair is going to be at 1 o'clock on Friday. I can't nap. I'm too deep of a sleeper. Once about. Yeah, well, when I fall asleep, I'm really a light sleeper. I tend to kind of squirm around a lot in the sleep. Sometimes, like, right now, it's kind of hard because sometimes Ed sleeps next to me and I get cozy and I snooze off. Like I did this morning, I slept for like 4 hours. And then Ed got up, and then, of course, I couldn't go right back to sleep right away. And then I ended up tossing and turning, trying to find a comfortable spot. Yeah. Right. When I'm starting my character, right, that's easy. Just send it to NA Snow Queen #1929. And then you can actually reach me through that way. Is there space in that, Michelle? It's NA Snow Queen. That's a one word. NA Snow Queen 1929. Yeah. I kind of do too, usually. And I had cats climbing all over me. Well, speaking of cat, one just jumped up here. Rusty, why are you all wet? What did you do? Stick your body in the water dish again? Shh. Rusty's here. Let me get the Rusty camo for the kitty cat. Yeah. Of course, Rusty's here. We all know Rusty, right? Yeah.
Hey, Andrew, I'm still doing well. What have you been up to the last few days, Andrew? We haven't seen you in a couple. I did see you yesterday, or maybe I was gone. I'm not sure.
So Rusty the cat is here.
Rusty Cam.
Look how big his head is compared to my hand.
He's either closer to the cam. He looks good.
Yeah. I mean, look how big my hand is compared to his paws.
Exactly. Yeah.
Big cat. Big tourist cat. And you want to say hi to the audience?
Hello, Rusty.
Yeah, he's purring.
He's the Rusty Cam.
The only thing is the microphone's this way, Rusty. Make the voice even better. Microphone has been amplified to improve his so he can hear his purrs better.
His eyes are beautiful.
Yeah, he's a cute cat. He's a nice cat, but he's also, unfortunately, a very clingy cat. So, he's just a good cat. Doesn't mean any harm. Just like the song from the Dukes of Hazzard, right? Just good old boys. Never mean no harm. Get away, they know how. That's just a little bit more than the law will allow. Recieve really doesn't meow a lot. If he does, he meows pretty soft. He doesn't really have a loud meow. But I think he realized that since I can't always hear him well, he realizes that meowing probably would be a waste of time. So I think he had to find other ways to reach out to me. This cat is one of the few cats who actually comes when you call him. He actually is very responsive. Just like a dog. He will come when you call him. He does understand. If I say go inside, he goes into the apartment. He doesn't even waste questions. My cats don't do that. Even Fame is always quiet too. There's been in trouble since the day that I've been.
Charlotte, I see where you said you're addicted to buying and reading books.
Man.
How many books have you read, like say in 1 year? How many books have you read?
You're talking to Charlotte, how many books she's read?
Yeah. I want to tell her how many I've read, but I wonder how many have you read, you think, in about a year?
Oh, I know you don't ask me, but I'm going to answer my question because I used to read a lot of books. I was before I had a cataract, I was a very voracious reader. I would go through the library and grab books.
How many for you?
Like
Michelle?
5 to 10 books a month.
Really? So 10, so 120, 150 books in a year, perhaps?
No, so I would say probably 120 a year, maybe. If you're talking about 5, completely from end to end, books, 3-4 books a month.
Yeah.
Times 12 months, that would be almost like 60 books a month.
That's very good.
But I haven't had time to do that because, well, besides it takes a lot longer because I'm a cataract, but because...
yeah, it's harder to read without, when you have to cataract, it's more difficult, of course.
Yeah. But maybe one day they'll find a more effective way to deal with cataracts because the problem is that several ophthalmologists had looked at my eyes and said, we can't do cataract surgery in your eyes because there's a good chance you get a detach right now in this deal.
Oh, you're not really the kind that can be operable where they replace and take the cataract surgery out. You're not really operable the way some of them are.
Right.
Because of your retina.
That's a very part of the reason is because I'm legally blind with lateral nystagmus.
Oh, okay.
Many ophthalmologists don't even want to touch my eyes for that reason.
Yeah, you must have a little different thing going on in your eye. It'd be harder to do the surgery. Okay, Out on the Water said, Lolly, if SpaceX starts selling tickets into space, will you take the trip? No, thank you. I'll buy you a seat, perhaps Out on the Wire. Maybe you could go for me. Not this lady. I'm staying on the ground.
Speaking of space, what about the Mars one? They were planning on, I think Musk was actually one of the people that was sponsoring Mars One. Is that still going to happen in 2030?
Yeah, I was reading about it. I'm not sure. I didn't read the whole article. When is it supposed to happen? In 2030? I'm not sure.
2040. I think it was around then. So it's going to be a one-way trip to Mars to establish a colony.
Oh, you're going to stay there, I guess, once you get there.
And then, yeah, that's right. So as you go there, you don't come back. Like a roach
Oh, that's
motel.
right. Yeah, you better plan on staying there for a while till you die. Charlotte said she has several hundred paperback.
And then they
books at
had
home.
plans to make it into a reality TV series to finance it.
Yeah, that'd be good. So at least everyone could see what's going on there. That would be fun.
But the only thing is Mars is a very lonely place.
Yeah, you have to bring your best friend or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband or wife or somebody. You have to bring your partner for sure. That.
Well, I think so. But they're gonna have a reality part of it. The problem is you
Mhm.
also have to be people that are space ready.
Right. Alan Loire said he would go into space for sure. Okay. Andrew Scott said he would do it.
I would
Charlotte
go,
said,
but I wouldn't. I mean, I'm gonna. That would be interesting on the Mars too. But I also would be interested in seeing going on a multi-generational ship, and maybe be the spaceship that crash lands in Silvermoon or in Azeroth. And then maybe I can finally meet the real blood elves and say, "Hey guys, of course didn't realize we have a problem with the language barrier. They don't know English. They know Thalassian. I don't know how we would talk to each other. Maybe we'd have to teach them how to talk to us, just like we try to teach children how to speak, speak our native languages, right?
Yeah, exactly. Charlotte said, just let's see, lost her. Charlotte said, wrapping up in a big blanket and reading her book is her idea of bliss.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah,
So,
like I said, I used to read a lot of stuff when I
yeah.
was, younger.
I've got about 10,000 books in my library rooms upstairs. So I have read a lot of those, a lot of books, and I have more books in another house that I have. I read a lot of books a lot.
Okay.
But now I'm mostly collecting them, and I've gone to the miniature ones because I'm running out of room.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my ideas from my own writing comes from a lot of times from watching TV shows and things, but also from just asking the what if questions.
Yeah.
What if
Yeah.
the story was a little different? What if the story had a different twist to the plot?
Charlotte's Web said, Lolly, I'd like to live in your library. Well, you could take the whole top floor. One of the floors up there is library rooms, Charlotte. You could pick one. You could just stay in that library, read all day. There's a little day bed in there. You could nap in there or prepare it and sleep
I
in there.
don't even understand how flat earthers even became an idea. I mean, it's not. I mean, thanks to the technology of the telescope, for example, we now know the Earth, first of all, is not the center of the universe.
Right.
2, we know that even the Greeks knew that the Earth, because of the curvature of the Earth, was round. They already knew that. The Greeks already knew that. So, how did the idea of the flat Earth theory even came into existence?
I don't know, but they still insist upon it, don't they?
Yeah. They still insist upon it, despite the fact that we see everybody go to a place like Montana. You can see Earth's curvature, or just look out the ocean. You can see the curvature of the Earth.
Sure.
It's obvious the Earth is round.
Well, I guess we just got to let them have their freedom of speech and have something to talk about, and we can just sit around and talk. Well, you can see the curvature, but
because the centrifugal force of the Earth is truly flat. All the water would be in the center of the Earth, and all human beings would be in the center of the Earth because centrifugal force.
Good point.
That's actually an interesting point of view, because think about it. Actually, even if maybe I've got it backwards. Centrifugal force, however, works a little bit differently because gravity would be strongest in the center. So all the water and stuff would be in the center of the Earth. There would be one giant ocean. Okay. So all human beings are going to move to where the water is. The ocean also would not have waves either. Because the ocean would not be tugged by the moon. Because according to that logic, the moon would have to be flat too. We know that Earth. We know the moon certainly is not. It's a sphere. When Fool wants to conquer, he said the curvature was amazing to see. Yeah. Amazing looking plane, super fast too. Yeah, well, unfortunately, the Concorde is long retired. Although I did hear British Airways was thinking about building another one.
Yeah, I heard that too. They're going to bring it back.
Yeah, but it's still going to guzzle kerosene like a drunken sailor, though. Unfortunately.
Maybe John Kerry will pay for it. He likes to guzzle kerosene in the air.
Yeah. Speaking of that, is now they're working on new electrically powered airplanes that use props, propellers. They had one test plane that flew around the Earth unattended, like a couple of days, just on solar and battery power. And all you saw was basically a plane full of electric motors and batteries. Solar cells just flying around the Earth almost like a big giant boomerang. That's what it looked like. Yeah. Amazing looking plane, super fast too. It's overrated, Cheryl. I first flew at 13. I had some weird freak out attack. I got a backhander from my mom to shut up. After that one crash, but the real issue was fewer reports that had long enough runways for them, plus noise restrictions. Absolutely. You're talking about a plane that needs a long runway, almost like one of those C-137 cargo transport planes. Those things are huge, but they actually need long runways to get up to speed to take off. What I might do is, I think we might see the return of transatlantic shipping for people. I think for people who are afraid to fly. I think there'll always be a need to have transatlantic ocean-going vessels. Because I don't want to fly, because that's how I damaged my hearing in the first place. I think that if we had the ability to fly, to take a ship, like the new Queen Anne 2 ship that they built, which is a modern day version of an ocean going liner. It's actually got a lot of the new features. It's got the acipods for propulsion, which allows them to easily moor up to the docks and stuff without needing as many tug supports. I definitely, the process is much more laborious now, understandable, I guess. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Who wants to get stuck with some security guard sticking an anal probe up your where, right? We gotta make sure you're not carrying explosive and bombs. I'm not carrying explosive and bombs. Unless you want to see me get instant diarrhea and make a big pile on your floor. That'll be explosive. I don't know. Seriously. TSA is no fun. TSA is definitely no fun. I'm not vaccinated. I would definitely take a transatlantic ship. Go across the ocean that way. I would rather just take the ship. It's almost time to get ready to hit out. Okay, so I wonder what ETs think about all the stuff that we're worried about pandemic. I really don't know what they would have thought about the pandemic thing. I think they would probably said the one thing that really could be much ado about nothing, and as far as historically speaking, and the human race basically freaks out and basically almost kills itself in the process. Definitely almost destroys its own economy. That's all I'm going to say, YouTube. Please don't strike me. Yes, you can't even mention it. If they do, they'll strike you. I don't know why. But I left it here, including masks. Masks are pretty much gone in Connecticut too. Because it's almost impossible to tell who's got the shot, who don't. That's all I can tell you. But the new strain that's coming in is going to be coming into Connecticut soon. If it isn't already here. So, Charlotte, I don't disagree with that. Right now, I'm not wearing masks, but it said to me, well, he said, I'd like to go to a Mets game. I said, do you have your vaccination passport? No. Then you can't go to a Mets game. He said, you're kidding me. I said, nope. You can't go to a Mets game because you don't have your vaccination passport. But that's bordering on dangerous territory talking about that topic. As YouTube will really seriously rip you a new one if you do. Just say that. I'm not surprised. Europe's got it first. No. I'm not that kind of a risk taker. Let's back behind the plastic screen, but sometimes a case of them being, I don't know, look at you. So, but anyway, I'm hoping that let's just really quickly cover this financially. What the financial markets, Lolly. How long do you think it's going to take before the world economy returns to pre-pandemic levels? In your opinion?
Well, the levels of the markets in the USA have returned to the level and gone even above it. I mean, some of the markets in the other countries have not reached their pre-pandemic levels. But as far as the economy in the US and all of the restaurants and the different manufacturing and stuff like that, that is not all come back up to the level.
Yeah. How long do you think it will take before things could kind of be on the economic sectors being close to normal?
It's going to depend upon if these new strains that they have said that in these several different places within the U.S. come up and this bounces back up and rears its head back up. And do you want me to talk about the C word? becoming bigger again.
Well, let's try not to get so much into the word there,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm
But
talking about the
if that becomes
economy.
bigger and they end up having to close stuff back up again, it could be longer. It might take 2 to 5 years, even if it stays level.
All right, 2 to 5 years. That's what I was suspecting too,
Yeah,
given the damage that happened after all the shutdowns.
right, exactly.
So
I think we're lucky the stock market has held as good as it has held.
yeah,
We're
but I
really-
mean, it's
we're very
obviously,
fortunate.
as Andrew can attest to, it's definitely is seriously hurting the hospitality industry because the hotels
Exactly.
and things can traveling because
The
people are
cruise
just not doing as
industry
much.
not doing well. They have barely reopened, if at all.
Yeah. Do you think that there's a good chance that the eventually that transatlantic ship transportation might be the first to restore before the airline industry?
I don't really have that much info on the transatlantic ship. I know the cruise industry, just in and around the continents, from North America, South America, and stuff. They were just starting to plan on maybe around fall, the last 3 months, to start some of them up, but they just had another ship that had done one cruise, and they found 2 or 3 people on that ship that have the disease, came positive for it, and now they've got to quarantine that ship. So that kind of puts a bug in the deal, and they're trying to figure out how they're going to do that ship and get the people off the ship. And that might I'm not sure what they're going to do now, because that messed up their plan. They were hoping they wouldn't have any problem at all. So that was like 2 or 3 days ago. I heard that. I'm not sure what any more ships are going out, or they were trying a slow roll to get a couple ships going out. The little Princess and some of the ones that go around, and then they had that faux pas happen. So I'm not sure about that. If they could just get something going slowly, and more and more go out, and no problem, it could get going. But I haven't seen that happen yet.
Well, right now I know that the freight shipping industry has been decimated because of the situation with the ports too. So they're not doing too well with container shipping for freight. The shipping industry said that they used to pay for containers, 40-foot containers was like $1,500. Now they're paying as much as $7,000 per container for shipping goods between ports over the ocean. So that's not helping costs for shipping the products.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
very complicated when you start looking at it piece by piece like that.
Especially when some of the ports are shut down and they're like, "Well, I got to send goods to that port." Well, sorry, you ain't gonna be sending goods to that port. So you have to send goods to another port, and then we transport things in by train.
And it adds in the cost. The costs go up, skyrocket.
Yeah, goes right up. All right, guys. We can talk more about the shipping and stuff, transportation and stuff tomorrow, and that'll be an interesting topic because, after all, the economic downturn also affected the shipping industry as well, and getting products from manufacturing to your home. This includes, of course, trucks, ships, even part of airmail has obviously been impacted as well because of the rules. The fact that there's a shortage of planes flying. It's for those of you who don't know, a lot of airmail flies with passengers on flights going to different countries. Well, a lot of the countries not having as many flights going into those countries, airmail is just not going easily from country to country as it used to be. So it's certainly something to think about. All right, guys. Wally, thank you for being on the show. I hope to see you on the show tomorrow. I'll go look at your Twitter message after I get back from the soup kitchen.
Sure thing. I think I've got a clear day tomorrow, so I should be able to come in the morning. And I enjoyed it. Thank you for having me up on the panel. And I thank you, everybody. Goodbye to the side chat, Monica.
Yeah.
Everyone, Charlotte, Andrew, Burger Boy, all my friends. See you later. See you tomorrow. Bye. Bye.
I'll try to DM you back later on Twitter
Okay,
too.
I'll look for a message later from you. Thank
Okay.
you.
Yep.
See you later. Bye. Bye.
Yeah. You have a nice day.
You
Bye bye,
too.
guys. Bye bye, everybody. And here we go. So I'll see you guys later. We'll try to see if we can get some World of Warcraft in sometime soon. Just to let you know that. Thank you, everybody, for coming to the show. Don't forget to share these videos with your friends, your families. As I said, we're still working on making some positive changes to the channel. And we'll see what we can do to keep the topics fresh, exciting, current events without getting too cringy. At least that's the goal anyway. Doesn't mean we'll be successful, but we'll see what happens. So for now, see you guys later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys.